Good morning! I'm PolarizedMoon and welcome back to RuneScape. So, okay. My battleship just... Okay, so we're investigating a murder. Let's talk to Simon here. Talk to Simon. Is there something you need? Did you notice anything suspicious? Prior to the feast. The food and drink was left unattended for a time after the cook went to speak to His Majesty. Lady Ruthven left briefly during that period, though the main door to the town hall prior to powder her nose, she said. Besides that, I didn't see anything. You say you paid a lot of attention to what was going on in the kitchen. Well, I am the royal wine taster. If something happened, it is my life that is on the line. Watching what happened to Duke Horse, knowing that could have been me. Simon winces and falls silent. Did you also test the king's food? Are you strictly a wine taster? Only wine and other beverages, your grace. Not checking the food as well as someone defeats the purpose, does it not? It's mostly about maintaining appearances. Not many outside the royal family's inner circle know how superficial my role truly is. What's it like working for the king and queen? It's awful, your grace. The queen is a heavy drinker and I am required to check every glass. It was better when Miss Dunnett still worked with us. She was very kind to me, since I can't help but wonder. Is this really what my life has become? It's all I amount to. I'd do anything to be free of this. Anything you say. Well, within reason, naturally, I would never wish any harm upon their majesties or the late duke. That's all for now. If you need anything else from me, I'll be here. Okay, that wasn't super informative. Oh, discuss. You think it would be common knowledge? Sphere nut allergy. Foul play involved. Oh, is this the same information? Okay. Jewelry clearly belonged to El Maria, but we need to figure out who stole it and why. Find it near the kitchen. Who's likely to have been near there? B, no, that's not possible. Okay, so we need to go talk to B. And you were, yeah, you're just sitting here. Talk to Bianca. I think someone died eating a meal I prepared. It's terrible. Do you know anything suspicious about the kitchen? Not that I can recall. Lord Rodney and Duchess Alba were also in the kitchen. I couldn't see what they were doing. The dog was there too, but I doubt she was responsible for the Duke's death. Unless... Tell me about yourself. There isn't much to... Did the dog accidentally kill them? There isn't much to say. I've been working as a professional chef for around a decade now. My first job was cooking for the king and queen, though that was many years ago. Didn't leave that job on the best of terms. It was due to creative differences, if I recall correctly. You could say that. I saw the family heirloom I accidentally broke is salvageable. The queen does not. Why did you decide to become a cook? It was my first choice. When I was a girl, I wanted to be nothing more than a dancer. I always had 2 left feet. Dancing is marvelous, Bee. I remember when you would dance in the creek behind our cottage as children. Doesn't matter how much talent you have or how much of yourself you pour into your art, it doesn't put bread on the table. Alright, that's all for now. I hope you can get to the bottom of this. Talk to Father Flint. You must find the foul cretin who murdered the Duke and cast them into the fiery pits of depravity whence they came. Okay, you're not important about this. Well, so, hold on. I have 3 out of 8 clues, but I need to link the clues to that to unlock them? Not found. Okay, so there's... Okay, so I'm still missing a clue somewhere. Talk to King Road. Trust your investigation is proceeding smoothly. Do you notice anything suspicious around the banquet? Don't recall seeing or hearing anything suspicious. I did notice that Duke Horse ate the same starter as me, which struck me as odd. The only reason I had that pate is because I'm deathly allergic to nuts. Is there anything unusual about the pate? Besides its unique taste? No. The chef did seem to be rather heavy-handed with the garlic. Oh. They were swapped. The garlic was supposed to go... Okay. Do you know why Duke Horse may have been targeted? As you witnessed, he could be quite a difficult man, but I do not know what anyone present had to gain by killing him. Thank you for your time. What are you doing here? Praying to Sir Doman for guidance, though it seems to be remaining silent on the matter as always. If I may be so bold, what is troubling you, Your Majesty? You're reflecting on Duchess Alba's words. She is correct that we seized a portion of Lumford's food stores, though they were by far the least impacted by the famine. A somewhat desperate decision after multiple failed attempts of diplomatic resolution to our food crisis. Alba doesn't strike me as being particularly cooperative. I can understand her reservations. She served my father, King Road II, as a knight. She was cruel and ruthless monarch. He was a cruel and ruthless monarch. The way he treated his subjects, and the Hyatt family in particular, was unspeakable. I swore not to repeat his mistakes, though the bickering and chaos you saw this evening was hardly beneficial to the kingdom either. Ella Maria often tells me I should be less lenient with Alba and the others, but I am still uncertain. Please, leave me to my thoughts. You have an investigation to get on with after all. That's all for now. I have faith in you, PolarizedMoon. So, the information that I just gathered is that... Interviewed rolled... Okay, so... Unfortunately, King's not aware of any reason the Duke may have been targeted. He did mention the pate was heavy-handed with the garlic. Wasn't extra garlic a request made by Duke Horse when he insisted he be served the same dish? It was, though the two servings seemed identical. As such, I paid no mind when serving the food. You suggesting the Duke's pate was supposed to be served to the king? We can't ignore the possibility. Okay. Who else do we need to talk to? Talk to the king. Let's talk to Queen Ella Maria. It's a shame the feast was cancelled. So much of good food and drink gone to waste. Did you know anything suspicious during the banquet? Aside from the Duke of Edgeville writhing and screaming as he died at the table, not particularly. To suspect Lord Rodney. The man goes through spouses as quickly as I go through undergarments, and always seems to come out off better for it. But the murder of Duke Edgeville in such a manner, I find it difficult to believe he would do such a thing. Thank you for your time. You seem quite calm, given that everything has happened. I've seen many assassinations in my time, and countless failed attempts at my own life. Eventually become desensitized to it. Pardon me, Your Majesty, but that sounds dreadful. Every life taken is a tragedy. Is it? I do not revel in death. In the fact of life, let me tell you the truth, I have learned from many years adventuring. Duke PolarizedMoon, you are a renowned adventurer. Tell me, why do you do what you do? My reasons are my own. Understandable, I won't press you for an answer. Many aspire to save the world. My husband is one of them, bless him. There's no such thing. You can end a single threat, but a new one will always rise. For every person you save, there will be another 3 you can't. If your reason is for heroism, each loss will weigh on you. Every new threat is a devastating blow that burns you out. But if you selfishly enjoy the act of heroism, revel in the glory and thrill of battle, you can push forward without regret. And that's all for now. Don't disappoint us, PolarizedMoon. Alright, who's next on our list? Simon, we talked to Aster. Ask for a hint. I guess I can't do that. By Duchess... Hi, you were... Hey, are you in here? Duchess Alba. Talk to Duchess Alba. What do you want? Did you notice anything suspicious during the banquet? No. Is that all you have to say on the matter? Yes. Tell me about Lumford. We're a small but prosperous duchy, with the most fertile land and the beautiful vistas in Mithilin. Our castle is larger than Horatio's as well. We were raised in Lumford. It's a lovely town, and Her Grace always went above and beyond for us. It is my duty to protect my people, whether that be from those blasted Samarakians or a fool of a king. That's all for now. Finally, some peace. So, for those of you who don't know, RuneScape, the land of RuneScape is much larger than what we see as a player. Things that are irrelevant to us as a player are not shown on the map. That's how generally that is perceived. Let's keep going down the list here. Rodney. Hello, Rodney. We talked to Rodney and then Iris, I would assume. Talk to Rodney. Greetings, PolarizedMoon. You're here to question me, no doubt. Did you notice anything suspicious while you were in the kitchen? I was too busy trying to stop Princess over there from causing a ruckus to notice much of anything. Elbow was also in the kitchen. Didn't see what the old coot was up to. Ask about the relationship with Duke Horse. I know that he didn't come across the most lovable man, particularly at these official functions. He was a very complicated person. He loved people and was highly protective of them, as well as a princess. Though he didn't show it often, he was highly protective of me. He treated me well. Wanted to stay with the body, but your dear steward sent me away. Sorry, Lord Rodney. Truly, we cannot risk someone tampering with the body. I understand. Talk about previous marriages. You seem to have many previous marriages. You could say that. Several of your spouses seem to have been cut tragically short. One cannot help but speculate that you are responsible. Absolutely not. Why would I harm those I love? some true cruel twist of fate, my partner is simply unusually prone to meeting an untimely demise. Perhaps it's a curse. My first wife was a witch, though she was irreversibly transformed into a duck by a backfiring spell, which somewhat limits her curse-inflicting capabilities. Well, if that what you say is true, perhaps it would be in the people's best interest if you remain unwed. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Alright, that's all for now. Please, PolarizedMoon, see that whoever did this faces justice. Okay. Let's get that going. And Iris. Talk to Iris. Oh, Duke. Hello, Duke PolarizedMoon. Did you want to chat? Did you notice anything suspicious this evening? Yes, the Duke of Edgeville died in the middle of the banquet. I suspect the Duke was already aware of that. Did you notice anything else? Any of the guests acting strangely? Anything that seemed out of place? Not that I can remember, sorry. Can't believe that somebody would do something like this. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. Do you know any rumors about the nobility? Oh, do we even need to ask? I've heard some scandalous things about the Despard and Despard families. Tell me about the D'Adlard family. The D'Adlard family have been disgraced and exiled from the kingdom. I've long heard rumors that they were closely linked to Zamarakianism. Seemed so nice. I always thought they just liked the color red. Duchess Hyatt was involved, apparently. She's always hated Zamarakians after what they did to her son. Tell me about the Despard family. Lord Reinhard Despard's eldest daughter has not been seen in many years. He's always been quiet about her whereabouts. That she eloped with a thief, and that she and her partner are behind many of the high-profile robberies. Oh, is that the Phantom Thief's wife? Plaguing the capital, lucky woman. There's the gorgeous thief coming to steal me away in the middle of the night. Let's talk about something else. Why was Duke Horatio unable to attend this evening? There was a terrible cake-related incident. Don't worry, he will make full recovery, hopefully. Yeah, there's several cake-related incidents at the castle. Good luck with your investigation. Okay. Can I use... Nothing interesting happens when you use the hollyhock on the meat. Nothing interesting happens when you use the... Okay. So... Use on the meal. Use the meat on the meal. Use the spices on the meal. Okay. Alright, so we now have... We've talked to everybody. I think we can link a couple of things. Okay. Show this evidence or suspect to use it to discover another clue. Oh, okay. So let's talk to you, and we'll link a clue to Simon. Link the nut roast. Nut roast was delicious. Did Bianca make it? My book. Where did you find this? Oh, in the courtyard, inside a satchel of files and strange herbs. I was certain I'd lost it when the Zamarakians attacked our retinue on the King's Road. I promise you, I have no idea how it ended up here. You must be aware of how auspicious such a book appears in this situation. Well, what? There's nothing to do with the Duke, I assure you. My line of work, a sound knowledge of poisons is vital. This book not only describes how to create poisons, but how to create potions that detect them. Just look here. Oh dear. The page that was torn out of the book is the one describing how to create a potion that detects poison. How convenient. The page was definitely there when I last read it. Fortunately, I have most of it memorized. Would you be so kind as to write down the instructions for us? Of course. Instructions in the mystery journal. Thank you. Okay. Simon wrote, discuss. Simon claims these instructions will allow us to create a potion that can detect poison. Let's hope these claims are accurate. To start with, create a base coat, unicorn horn dust, starflower, and... Honestly, I can't remember every detail, but there should be some pre-made vials of a base potion in my satchel. Take the base potion, add a small amount of the substance you suspect was used to create the poison. Heat it onto a boiling point while stirring vigorously. Use it, pour a small amount of the potion on the substance you suspect has been poisoned. If the poison is present, the potion will start bubbling and frothing. Okay. So I now need to investigate the satchel and get the ingredients for that out of there. Take a vial. Potion base, take a vial. Okay. So let's use the potion base on the hollyhock. Okay, so I'm supposed to boil it and then put it in the thing. Cook at range. Poison detection. Foul meat. Wait, how do I use hollyhock on the... Ah. Okay, so I did it the other way around. I need to go grab one more. Alright, that makes sense to me. Investigate the strange satchel. Take a vial. Okay. We'll use the spices on this. Alright, so we now have all of these. So they should froth up if there's poison in them. Alright. Stirring the contents vigorously. Stirring the contents vigorously, and stir the contents vigorously. Okay. So, wait, hold on. To use it, okay. Take the base potion, add a small amount of the substance you suspect was poisoned. Heat it to the boiling point while stirring. Pour a small amount of the potion on the substance you suspect has been poisoned. It will start bubbling. Okay. So let's use the poison on this. Use it on the pate. It's bubbling as described in Simon's notes. The Duke's pate was poisoned using hollyhock, just as I suspected. Okay. Cool. So now what about that? Linked. Okay. I found it in my kitchen. Linked. Okay, so I need to talk to somebody about the nut roast and the stolen jewelry. So let's talk to you about the stolen jewelry. Link a clue. The jewelry. We found a box of jewelry half buried in the kitchen. Behind the kitchen. You wouldn't happen to have any idea where it came from, would you? I must confess, Your Grace, I'm the responsible for placing the box there. What? I found this jewelry scattered near the road as I approached the fort. And you took them. My sister is no thief. She would never... No, they're right. As soon as I heard the king and queen's retinue was attacked on the road, I knew these belonged to them. Times have been rough lately. The money would be life-changing, so instead of returning them, I placed them in this box and hid it. It was very poorly hidden. Promise I'll never make the same mistake again. The stealing, I mean, not the lousy attempt at concealing the evidence. Okay. So I still need to link the... I need to link the nut roast with someone. Was that you that brought the nut roast? Link a clue. Alba, are you the one who brought the nut roasts to the banquet, are you not? I am. Were you aware the king rolled is deathly allergic to nuts when you decided to bring them? Of course I was. Why do you think I brought them? I don't even like the damn things, but if it gets under his skin, it's worth every nutty bite. It's incredibly irresponsible, not to mention petty. What can I say? I'm a petty old woman. Let's be honest. If I meant him any real harm, I wouldn't have announced the nature of the dish to the staff beforehand. Fair point. I believe we uncovered all we can for now. Let's discuss our findings in private. The roof of the town hall seems a sensible choice. Let's head there. Okay, fantastic. So I have now... Okay, so that's everything I can do. Top floor. Alright. We should be able to discuss our findings in private here. Simon's satchel was found in the courtyard and contained a suspicious book with one page missing. He claims he lost it when the king's retinue was attacked along the King's Road. Either he is lying to us or he was set up. Alba brought the nut roast to the banquet, ensuring that the king required a custom dish. The Duke requested it as, well, out of jealousy. It's possible that the plates were mixed up and the pate that killed Duke Horse was meant to be served to King Rold. We also found a hastily buried box containing the queen's jewelry. Bianca admitted finding it along the King's Road and taking it for herself. Would never have dreamt she would resort to... Watch out! Watch out! Oh! An assassin. Oh, part of the King's... Ah. Uh-oh. Alright. Search the assassin. Best check on Aster first. Aster, are you injured? I am unharmed, Your Grace. Fortunately, our assailant merely incapacitated me. Just like that scene in Mute Witness where... Oh, that reminds me, we should inspect the assassin's body for evidence. Yeah, there we go. Let's activate another one of these. I'm almost out of battleships. Well, quote-unquote, almost out of battleships. Still have almost 200 of them. You search through the belongings of the fallen assassin and find a strange letter. What's this? The new Duke is on to me. We can't let them know. I poisoned the Duke, not while our work is unfinished. We'll wait until they are isolated from the rest of the group and see that they are dealt with. I'll open the gate. Remember, we need the steward alive. What do I have to do with this? It says I'll open the gates. We should check the gates. Okay. Oh, I wanted to go to bottom floor. Okay, both gates were closed. Open the gates. Door won't budge. Okay. There's these two gates, and then there's one that I haven't built yet that's like over there. So maybe it's got something to do with that. Whoa, what's going on here? How did I not even notice this? What? When did I... Was that there the whole time? Okay. Simon is dead. Okay. What happened here? What happened here? I heard an ear-piercing scream and made my way out of the chapel to investigate, only to find these foul beasts running straight for me. Hadn't been for Ella's timely intervention, I would have surely met the same fate as poor Simon here. Nothing is happening to you while I'm here, Rold. Nothing. Simon deserved better than this. Concerned barking. Such lapse in security is unbecoming of you, Duke. Explain yourself. Were several of the King's Guard not stationed at the North Gate? They were, Your Grace. Once the beasts were incapacitated, arrived at the North Gate to find the guards unconscious and the gates ajar. They appear to have suffered a heavy blow to the back of the head while they were being monitored as we speak. While we were discussing our finding on the roof of the town hall, Aster and myself were beset by an assassin wearing the armor of the King's Guard. There was an assassin hiding among our contingent. Damn it, such carelessness should be beneath me. They must be the one who poisoned my dear Cole. No, I don't believe that's possible. They had no access to his meal, preoccupied fighting the Duke when the gates were opened. Ask if the guards are unaccounted for. Any of the King's Guards accounted for? All but one were accounted for, Your Grace. Missing guard is likely the assassin who attacked you. Aster was with me the entire time. I know they can't have opened the gate. One would only hope I was never a prime suspect to begin with. Though, given the frequency at which stewards are responsible for such crimes in fiction, I understand the suspicion. This note we found on the assassin's body indicates that the person responsible for poisoning the Duke opened the gates. They now have the blood of 2 people on their hands. Station more of the King's Guard at the North Gate and ensure the suspects were under surveillance at all times. As you command, Your Grace. Just how long do you expect us to follow along with this charade? For at least a while longer, Duchess Hyatt. Duchess Hyatt. Duchess Hyatt. I'm still trying to figure out if the rest of them are puns or if it's just that one. I support the Duke's call. I, for one, will be in the command center enjoying what little peace I can. Okay, great. Oh, found a clue. Okay, so now we have a whole nother set of clues. Oh, that's it. Poisoned pate, linked. Okay. Oh, we have another set of clues. Assassin's letter. Okay. Inspect the Dark Beast. Dark Beast was felled by a single stab to the critical artery, the work of a professional, well-practiced fighter. Inspect Simon. Poor Simon stood a chance against the Dark Beasts. Inspect this. Fell by a single stab through the... Okay, so that's the same. Let's check around. Now can I go up the ladder? No business using this right now. Okay. Is this... Oh, there's another beast here. Okay, how about this? Smoking pipe, smoking gun. Talk to the dog. Disconcerted barking. Okay. Don't see anything else over here. Oh wait, can I open the gates? Door won't budge. Okay. Oh, hold on. Do I... Not found, not found. Link clues to unlock. So I do have to find... Oh, burnt parchment. Parchment is all still warm. Must have recently fallen from the fireplace. So what if our guests attempt to destroy evidence? You attempt to read the contents of the charred piece of paper. Duke Cole Augustus Horse, Duchy of Edgeville, and fortune to be inherited by... Appears to be a list of assets beneath, but I can make out. It's clearly the late Duke's last will and testament. Someone's trying to destroy it, but why? Okay. Is there anything... Okay, search the dagger. Is this still... Okay. There seems to be quite a few references to older quest lines here. Okay, that's still fine. Oh, there's a rope here. Oh, this would be a valuable clue. Nope, I'm afraid not. Drop the rope and discuss in continued investigation. Oh, that's great. All right, we'll check through everything again, just in case. Oh, did I accidentally pick... I accidentally picked up my battleship. Oops. I've already read the letter. There's nothing more of interest. Leave the unsightliness to me, Your Grace. I'll get it tidied away soon enough. Okay, there's nothing else here. Let's descend there. No. Bottom floor. Okay. So, what other things do I need to discover here? Do I need to start talking to everybody again? Let's do that. Talk to King Rold. There's so much bloodshed. I pray we've seen the last of it. Do you know who could have opened the gate? What was that? What just made a ding sound? Do you have any idea who could have been responsible for opening the gate? I did not leave the chapel until I heard the scream, so I wasn't in a position to see anything noteworthy. Iris walked behind the chapel at one point, but she was doing that I cannot say. But she seemed to be a bit accompanied by an animal. A bird, perhaps. Talk about Ella Maria. You mentioned Ella Maria saved you from the dark beasts. But my combat skills are lacking, to put it lightly. Not the first time she has saved me, and I doubt it will be the last. Her strength is one of many reasons I fell for her. That's all for now. I have faith in you, PolarizedMoon. This night has been an interesting one, that much is certain, but my patience is wearing thin. You slew those dark beasts by yourself? It was nothing, I assure you. Merely some old tricks from my monster hunting days. They were clumsy, lumbering things, quite simple to strike down. My blade work certainly isn't what it used to be, having been dulled by years of political posturing and a lack of practice. Do you know anything about the assassin who was disguised as one of your guards? Rold and myself were discussing this. We know not the identity of said guard or not how they infiltrated our retinue. Mark my words, I will be having a talk with our captain of the guard when we return back to the palace. That I allowed this happen reflects poorly on myself as the Duke's murder does on you. That's all for now. Don't disappoint us, PolarizedMoon. Okay. So you were in view of... Both of you were in view of that. Simon seemed like a nice chap. What a shame. Where were you during the attack? Well, I was... You know, I can't honestly remember, PolarizedMoon. The kitchen, perhaps. I can say that I most certainly was not in the town hall. Right. Okay. So, yeah, you were the one that was burning the... Okay. What went on between you and Ella Maria? She's loath to admit it, but nowadays, but we were lovers once. She was my first love, you know. It's something you'd never do forget. Things don't work out between us, as you may have guessed. She cared at first for the world, for people, but as her notoriety grew, so did her ego. She became unbearable. Don't take my word for it. Ask Bianca. Bianca? She and Ella were inseparable back then. Drank the nights away together and blew Moon in together. I do recall mentioning Bianca mentioning a friend named Ella, but never once occurred to me that the friend was Queen Ella Maria herself. I wonder what Ella Maria has to say about this. We should ask her about it. Hold on. I have... let's link that to you. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this burnt parchment we found near the town hall fireplace, would you, Rodney? What? No, I've never seen it before in my life. Interesting, because it's clearly the remains of the late Duke's will. Oh, blast it. Very well, dear. You caught me. I knew where my beloved kept his will. Given what happened, I figured I should check if he had redrafted it to include me. And, according to that will, everything is to go to Princess, the bloody dog, his fortune, the Duchy of Edgeville, everything. Can a spaniel legally inherit a duchy? I was married to a barrister once who succumbed to a horrific paper cut. May he rest in peace, but damn it if I know. Wasn't willing to find out. I was halfway through burning the blasted thing when the scream in the courtyard spooked me. Came out to see Ella standing over the bodies of the foul beasts coated in their blood. Quite an enrapturing sight. Thank you for being honest with us, eventually. Anytime, darling, please. End this quickly. I doubt my heart can withstand another shocking turn of events. Okay. How about you, Iris? Did you see... I doubt you saw anything. Dr. Iris. Duke PolarizedMoon, there you are. I think I figured out who's responsible for killing Duke. Where were you during the attack? I was walking past the chapel when I heard the screams. By the time I arrived at the courtyard, Simon and the beasts were already dead. What's your theory? Princess killed the Duke. It's quite a theory. Did you arrive at this conclusion, pray tell? Rodney was telling me about his first wife, the witch who transformed herself into a duck. But she managed to reverse the spell, but became a dog instead, using her new acquired puppy dog eyes to integrate herself with the Duke. What words? She killed the Duke to get revenge on him for stealing her ex-husband. Certainly a unique take on events. That's all for now. Good luck with your investigation. Okay. So... Rodney's testimony. So, hold on. Who did you say... Okay, we need to talk to Bianca about Rodney's testimony? Talk to Bianca. Cannot believe I escaped notice when your friend Ella from Varrock was none other than the Queen herself. Oh, I thought you knew. I am forever grateful for her for granting me the opportunity to work at the palace, though we drifted apart over the years. Where were you during the attack? I was making my way to the kitchen when those monsters appeared. I hid behind the supply cupboard until things died down. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Lady Ruthven was skulking behind the chapel area. Whatever she was doing, it looked suspicious. Sounds like a lead. How close were you and Simon? Simon was a good friend of mine when I was working for the palace. He knew all too well that how stifling that environment can be. He deserved better. That's all for now. Hope you can get to the bottom of this. So... you were skulking around. Let's get this over with, shall we? Where were you during the attack? None of your bloody business. What's your beef with Rold? My beef isn't against Rold, not really. His father Rold II and ran his family as a whole. Damn them all. May I ask what transpired between you and the Romanus family? My dear Henry, my son, those vile Zamarakians sunk their foul claws into him, twisted his mind. He was always a sickly boy, an outcast, easy prey for those wicked people, caught up in things he shouldn't have. King Rold II didn't know the meaning of the word mercy. He declared to make an example of my poor boy. He was still a child. It was 20 years ago, to the day. Hasn't become any easier. Sorry to hear that. Only such words can bring him back. Pardon my candidness, but such sentiments provide little comfort. The king is an honest man. He granted me a duchy in honor of my service to his father, to make amends for what transpired back then. But he will never free himself from his father's actions, not while he bears his name. That's all for now. Finally, some peace. Okay. Duchess's testimony 2. Spoke on the death of her son. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's start linking clues now. Okay, so I can only link... We found this letter on the body of the assassin who tried to knock you unconscious and tried to kill me. Oh, hold on. I need to link a clue. Oh, I can't link a clue. So I have to discuss something. Hold on. Oh, I need to talk to El Maria. I heard you were once friends with Bianca before you became queen. The cook? Oh, yes, we knew each other. Back then I was shearing sheep and baking cakes for the Duke of Lumbridge to make a living. You could say we were close. Once, it's why I agreed to hire her as our personal cook after I made Rold. But she left our service on bad terms. Why was that? She destroyed a family heirloom of ours, claimed it was an accident, of course. Ha, likely story. She believes that I became queen by chance, that Rold simply plucked me from the streets of Varrock and made me his bride because he admired my beauty. That Rold had seen her first, might she have been chosen instead. Elamia was proactive in dealing with the troubles of the times. She went as far as to sneak into formal functions to bring matters to my attention that advisors dared not. Her drive and passion is what drew me to her. I see. Okay. So, we now have... locked. Not found, linked. Okay. Talk to Bianca. How close were you, Simon? Okay. So... Who did you say was going around the back of the... Talk to King Rold. Talk about El Maria. Oh wait, no. He was talking about... Okay, here. Who could have opened the gate? Didn't see anything noteworthy. Iris walked behind... Okay. Iris went behind the chapel to speak to a bird. There was a raven over here. So maybe that has something to do with anything? I mean, that would be weird, but it wouldn't be that weird. All things considered. Investigate the wax seal. What's this? Looks like a wax seal that could have been used on a letter. Iconography. Can't say I've seen anything quite like it. Need to find out who has been receiving letters in private. Okay. Well, let's activate this. Okay, so we now have a strange seal with a black ribbon. Cast a peculiar silhouette. Okay, I'm assuming it has something to do with Iris because she was talking to a bird. Link. We found this wax seal behind the chapel, Iris. Oh, this must have fallen off my letter my friend sent me. Your friends? I have some friends who like hearing my gossip, that's all. Received a letter by Raven from them by asking about the banquet, so I sent them a response. They seemed very concerned about the king's well-being. What did you tell them? I told them that the tension between Lord Rodney and the Queen, some interesting rumors Alba was telling me, and that the Duke was murdered. Probably the one they should have been worried about. Aster pulls you aside and whispers in your ear. I cannot discern if Lady Dustin is remarkably cunning or unspeakably dim-witted. I think she is really dense. Sorry if I've done something to upset you. Here, lend you this as a token of apology, and it's an amulet of spaniel speak. That's incredibly specific. The Duke owned a spaniel. I thought it'd bring it along. Animals make for fantastic conversation partners. I own a bunch of them. Hopefully speaking to Princess will help you with your investigation, especially if my theory is true. Okay. So let's talk to the dog. Talk to Princess. We should utilize the amulet of spaniel speak. Lady Ruthven lent us. Oh, I have to link the spaniel speak. Hello, Princess. Talking. You're talking. Please help. Father ate strange smelling meat and now he's not moving. Sad. Confused. We think somebody poisoned him. I don't know to bring him back, but I'm trying to find out who did it. How would anyone hurt Father? Gave the best treats and belly rubs and pats. I'm not sure. I don't suppose you've seen anything suspicious? Anything that could be a clue? Lots of suspicious things around. Things buried. Strange smells. Strange people. Show you. Show you. Lead the way. Point the direction in the... Northwest. Okay, over here. All right. Still northwest. Suspicious thing. Here. Uncovering an assortment of objects. Miscellaneous items. Ancient bones and decomposing animal parts. Treasure! What is this treasure is going to help us find who hurt your father? More suspicious things. Over here. Come. Southeast. Okay, let's go to the center. Alright, so this is going to... that is actually the end of this episode. Like and subscribe if you liked the episode. Ring that bell if you'd like to see more. Good night, and we're going to uncover whatever mysterious things we've got to find tomorrow. Bye-bye!